Hello one and all, and welcome to Metal Slug 3. Originally released for the Neo Geo in 2000, Metal Slug 3 was a hand-drawn masterpiece run-and-gun side-scrolling action game. There have been many ports since the original release of this game, the game appearing on PS2, Xbox, 360, Live, Windows, Wii, and now iOS and Android. I used to play this all the time on my Neo Geo emulator, before I realized that stealing was bad, and having unlimited coins might make you finish the game, but it sometimes kills the fun. I think I really started trying to play the game properly when I bought the anthology on Wii, and got about halfway through the third game, and almost punched the controller. This game is hard, and old school hard. The only one I ever finished all the way through without using unlimited coins was the 7th game on the DS, which I will review later. Well, today I have it through the Humble Bundle, and I'm playing it on my Nexus 7 and Samsung Nexus. So, story. Well, there are soldiers and aliens and zombies and crabs and other stuff, and they're all out to kill you. There's an evil general in there somewhere, and the story plays out. But to be honest, I didn't really ever play the game for the story. It was always about the gameplay. I always thought the story wasn't really memorable, but it was good for a laugh. Okay, gameplay. Now, I'm going to try to refer to the Android version of this game as much as possible. But the gameplay relies heavily on memory, and your memory of the enemies that you're trying to defeat. But I will say on the Android, they don't make it easy for you to do that. Although you can manipulate where the actual gamepad is on the screen, on the Nexus the controls are pretty spaced out, so it can be a little bit hard hitting the jump button and the shoot button at the same time. But to be fair, I didn't give it a good try, and my hands were getting a little numb once I got to the second mission. So I switched to the Samsung Nexus, and found it a lot easier to play, and I got up to the third mission without too many problems. I do know, however, the game gets a lot harder, and I couldn't imagine what the final mission would be like, as accuracy and timing will become key. I have heard rumors that you can use the gamepad via Bluetooth, which if worked, would make this game pretty much an instant recommendation on the Nexus 7 because of the screen size. And worth the $3.50 that they're asking for, as long as you're a fan and you like to punish yourself with old school games. As much as I'm talking about all the bad stuff, I'm also keen on talking about all the good stuff. Now this version of the game has Bluetooth multiplayer, has mission and arcade mode, no real lag on either system, but I could imagine that once there are a lot of enemies on the screen, it could become very laggy and cumbersome. Now, is the game a solid buy? Well, it's a tough game, and it makes it harder when you don't have the controls that you're used to, but the game does work. It's fun and challenging, but if you're not a fan of the game, it might be best to try it out first, and then get the refund really quickly if it's not your thing. Overall, the Android system does make a good port, and it does run well, it plays well. It's just like, I fear that if you're trying to get the max score, then I can imagine it being very, how do I put it? Just frustrating, because your finger slips off the one part of the screen which you have to touch and things like that. But I will say with a game like this, it'll be hard to make a absolutely committed buy, and it gives you a really good nostalgic kick if you want to just on the go add a bit of fun. But maybe get Metal Slug 7 on the DS, which is a lot more expensive by the way. Cut.